You arrive at the airport, passport ready, and then suddenly you're hit with an unexpected fee or stopped by security. Want to avoid these traps and save hundreds of dollars while breezing through the airport? Even seasoned travelers over 55 still make mistakes at the airport that drain money, waste time, and ruin the very start of a trip. Airlines and airports profit from this, leaving you with nothing but frustration. This video will show you how to turn things around. We'll show you 14 simple ways to avoid airport mistakes in 2025. The kind that hit your wallet, steal your time, and leave you embarrassed in front of the security line. You'll save money, move faster, and start your trip on the right foot. Along the way, you'll pick up tricks that will give you more confidence and control at any airport in the world, no matter where you're flying. So buckle up, because mistake number 14 is so minor that most people simply overlook it. Right up until they find themselves stranded at the gate, their vacation not even started. Using a small wallet for your passport? It seems convenient, until a pickpocket makes it disappear in a couple of seconds. If you drop a backpack, people will notice. But if you drop a slim wallet, in the chaos of the airport, it's gone before you even realize it. Thieves know this. They look for travelers trying to juggle a cup of coffee and a boarding pass at the security checkpoint. One light nudge, one accidental brush of an elbow, and now you're not just missing your flight. You're scrambling to replace your passport, paying rebooking fees, and spending money you had set aside for the first days of your trip. There's a smarter way. Keep your documents in a zippered jacket pocket or in a neck pouch under your shirt. Experienced travelers swear by this pouch. It's your secret weapon against pickpockets. Wear it on you, not in a bag you'll set down somewhere. This simple trick will keep your documents safe and allow you to get through all the airport chaos calmly. Because once that tiny wallet disappears, your entire trip could disappear with it. Think wrapping your suitcase in plastic is a brilliant idea? It looks secure until it turns into a shredded nightmare. Security services cut through your plastic in seconds, and soon, shreds are hanging off it like seaweed. I've personally seen an elderly couple at a New York airport pay for baggage protection. By the time they landed in Rome, their suitcases were ruined and their belongings scattered. And what if you hid documents inside? You'd have to tear through layers of plastic with a pen right at the check-in counter, holding up the whole line while everyone stares at you. Those $20? Wasted, with zero protection provided. Security doesn't care about your plastic wrap. They cut it, don't replace it, and you're left with a suitcase that looks like garbage, without any extra security. What seemed like an extra precaution turns out to be just wasted money and nerves. There's a better option. Instead of plastic wrap, use a reusable suitcase cover. It will protect against scratches, rain, and dirt, and security officers can unzip and rezip it without damaging your bag. Add a TSA-approved lock, and there's your real protection. No extra costs, no hassle. This trick saves money and gives you control at any airport. The staff themselves admit many wrapped suitcases get opened anyway, leaving travelers with torn plastic and empty wallets. A lock and a cover will keep your luggage in great condition. In the end, this so-called protection costs more than it saves. The next mistake is a trap that can cost you several hours and hundreds of dollars before you even board the plane. That glittering duty-free shop looks harmless until it steals your time, your money, and possibly your flight. A traveler shared a story online about how he got drawn into the duty-free maze at London's Heathrow. He tried perfumes, sampled chocolates, convinced he had plenty of time. But when he glanced at the clock, his gate was already closed. A $30 bottle of whiskey ended up costing him $300 in rebooking fees, not to mention a lost day of prepaid tours and missed connections. Duty-free is not designed for your convenience. It's designed to slow you down and make you spend money. Bright lights, winding aisles, endless shelves, it's all intentional. How do you avoid falling for it? First, go straight to your departure gate. Check the monitors, confirm your boarding time, and only then, if you truly have time, go back. Set an alarm on your phone for 45 minutes before boarding to keep track of time. Treat duty-free like dessert. Save it for last. This habit will help you stay calm and on schedule, no matter how chaotic the airport is. Because a $20 box of truffles can become the most expensive chocolate of your life if it makes you miss your flight. And speaking of time, an even bigger trap is neglecting online check-in. Skip this step, and your seat and maybe even your entire flight could vanish before you even get to the airport. Failing to check in online in 2025 can cost you your seat and your entire trip. Airlines oversell seats every single day, and when agents need volunteers to give up their seats, or worse, when they have to bump someone from the flight, the first names on the list are passengers who didn't check in online. Travelers share these stories all the time. They arrive at the airport early, walk up to the counter, and hear, "Sorry, there's no seat for you." Hours wasted on standby. Important family events missed. What should have been a smooth start to the trip turns into stress and uncertainty, all because of one missed click. And the risks don't end there. Without online check-in, you lose the chance to choose a better seat. You get stuck in the last boarding group, or you might even face unexpected fees at the counter. Instead of boarding with confidence, you're scrambling while everyone else is settling into their seats. Seasoned travelers treat check-in as a tactical move. Set a reminder on your phone for 24 hours before your flight. Log in, confirm your seat, and take a screenshot of your boarding pass as a backup. Some airlines even open check-in 48 hours in advance. Claiming your spot then is like getting ahead of everyone else. This single step secures your place in the system, takes your name off the bump list, and often improves your boarding position. One quick action gives you complete control from the moment you walk into the terminal. But even with your seat secured, the battle isn't over. Another trap is waiting for you at the check-in counter. Overweight luggage. One wrong number on the scale and you could end up paying more than what's inside your suitcase is worth. Think your suitcase is packed perfectly? It looks fine, until it hits the scale and sends your stress levels soaring. I've seen travelers confidently approach the counter, convinced their bag is underweight, only to find it's 2 pounds over and get hit with a $150 fee. I saw a man at a Chicago airport frantically pulling out socks and chargers in front of everyone trying to avoid the charge, red-faced with embarrassment. Airlines know this game well. In 2022 alone, U.S. carriers raked in $6.8 billion from baggage fees. An extra pound here, a couple of pounds there, it all adds up. The damage isn't just financial. You're forced to repack in public, wasting precious time and starting your trip stressed out before you've even cleared security. Here's how to stay one step ahead of the scale. Weigh your suitcase at home with a cheap portable scale. Move heavy items, chargers, books, batteries into your carry-on. Always leave a pound or two of wiggle room for souvenirs. Seasoned travelers even follow the 60-40-1 rule. Take 60 seconds to weigh your bag before leaving home. Move about 40% of the heaviest items into your personal bag, and leave 1 pound of free space for anything you might pick up along the way. Follow this approach and you'll walk up to the counter relaxed, knowing exactly what to expect. No frantic unpacking, no surprise bills. But if the scale tips the wrong way, you stop being a traveler and become a walking surcharge. Next up, choosing the wrong seat. It might look fine on the airline's map, but in reality, you risk getting stuck by a noisy galley, a bathroom, or worse, a window seat with no window. Click the wrong seat on the diagram, and you could be stuck for hours in the worst spot on the plane. One traveler shared that on a flight to Singapore, he had picked a window seat, but when he boarded, he saw nothing but a blank wall. He spent 7 hours staring at plastic instead of clouds. Another paid extra for a preferred seat and ended up in the last row of economy. The seat didn't recline, and the line for the bathroom stretched beside him for the entire flight. Airline seat maps won't warn you about noise from the galley, cramped legroom, or underseat space that's too small for a backpack. By the time you realize it, it's too late, and the money you paid feels wasted. The sting of paying more for less can ruin your mood before the plane even takes off. Want to avoid this? Plan your seat selection before you buy your ticket. Use specialized websites to spot traps like window seats without windows or the dreaded last row with no recline. Older travelers often prefer an aisle seat. It makes it easier to get to the restroom and reduces the risk of swollen legs. On long-haul flights, a seat near the wing usually means less turbulence. Small adjustments like these can ensure a smoother, more comfortable journey. Spend 5 minutes checking before you book, and you'll protect both your comfort and your wallet. A good seat sets the tone for the whole trip, while a bad one makes even a short flight feel endless. Next, the security line. If you follow the crowd, You could lose half an hour or more before you even get to your gate. Choose the wrong security line, and you risk losing 30 minutes or even missing your flight. You've seen it in countless airport videos. One line is packed with families unloading strollers, toys, and water bottles, crawling along at a snail's pace. While just a few feet away, business travelers are breezing through in minutes. This tiny choice determines whether you'll be relaxing with a coffee at the gate or sprinting to catch the final boarding call. Airports rarely limit you to a single checkpoint. There are usually several, some located further down, and the fastest ones are often the least obvious. But most passengers head for the first line they see. Airports don't mind. It keeps the crowds near the shops, which means more spending while you wait. The easiest way to stay in control? Don't jump into the first line. Walk an extra 50 to 100 feet and assess your options. Look for lines full of business travelers. They move quickly and efficiently. Avoid families or large groups. They almost always take longer. And if you spot a line with new CT scanners, head that way. They're the ultimate shortcut. No need to unpack laptops or liquids, just walk straight through. The right choice can save you half an hour of waiting, giving you time to grab a snack, use the restroom, or simply board without stress. But saving time won't matter if you pack your liquids incorrectly. One oversized bottle can hold up the line, get confiscated, and leave your luggage and your wallet lighter. That expensive perfume or full water bottle. Security will toss it without a second thought, and this happens to thousands of travelers every day. The line stops, you're embarrassed, and your money is gone in a flash. The 100-1-1 rule is strict. Liquids in containers of up to 100 milliliters, packed in one transparent 1-liter bag, one bag per person. Security enforces this relentlessly. More than 130 million passengers a year still lose items because they forget. And the consequences are more than just losing your things. A delay at the checkpoint can make you miss your boarding time. It can mess up your appointments. It can even cost you the first night of your vacation. All because of one small mistake. Want to avoid the liquid trap? Pack like a pro. Transfer your products into travel-sized bottles or switch to solids, bar soap, solid deodorant, or toothpaste tablets. Keep your bag of liquids in an easily accessible pocket so you're not fumbling under pressure. Frequent flyers should invest in leak-proof silicone bottles. They're reusable, compliant, and built for the long haul. This one habit will help you get through security faster and start your trip with less stress. Liquids sorted? Good. But another mistake is waiting for you at the booking stage. Choose the wrong time of day and you could be signing up for turbulence, delays, and a rocky start before you even get off the ground. A cheap midday ticket looks tempting until you're strapped into your seat, bouncing around in turbulence and wishing you'd flown earlier. Flights around noon and in the early evening are notorious for their turbulence. As the ground heats up, rising air currents cause the cabin to shake, and your smooth trip suddenly feels like an amusement park ride. Airlines won't warn you about this. They need to fill those seats. It's not just the bumps. Midday flights are also the most likely to suffer from chain delays. One delay in the morning can cascade through the entire schedule, pushing your departure further and further back. By the time you finally take off, you've already lost several hours at your destination. Travelers constantly share stories. A noon departure that turned into a 3-hour delay, missed dinner reservations, and a lost day of vacation. Meanwhile, those who booked morning flights were already relaxing by the hotel pool. And they're not alone. Millions of passengers face these midday headaches every year. A wiser choice is to book flights before 10 in the morning or after 6 in the evening. Morning departures avoid cascading delays, as planes and crews are already in place. Evening flights bypass daytime congestion and often enjoy calmer skies. Make this adjustment and your trip will start with fewer setbacks and much less stress. But even if your timing is perfect, your plans can still go awry before you board, especially if you treat the airport like an all-you-can-eat buffet. This brings us to the next mistake, indulging in the wrong pre-flight meal. The glossy menu at the airport restaurant is tempting. Steak, spicy curry, maybe a pile of nachos. But once you're in the air, your stomach turns that treat into a punishment. The air in the cabin is pressurized and very dry, which slows down digestion and worsens bloating. What felt fine on the ground can turn into hours of cramps and discomfort at altitude. One traveler shared how a bowl of airport chili before a red-eye flight left him curled up in his seat, praying for landing. A simple meal choice turned into 6 hours of misery. It's not just about comfort. Heavy, greasy, or spicy foods can cause dehydration, make you tired, and prevent you from resting. And if the flight gets turbulent while your stomach is full, the bag on the back of the seat might become your best friend. The pro way to fuel up? Eat something light and familiar. A banana, some plain rice, or grilled chicken. Avoid dairy, greasy, or spicy dishes. Drink water instead of coffee or alcohol. Frequent travelers pack safe snacks like ginger candies or protein bars to keep their stomachs settled during the flight. Eat right, and you'll board feeling light, rested, and ready for the journey. But the challenges don't end there. Once on board, many passengers settle for whatever is served on their tray table, not realizing that a smarter choice could save them both comfort and money. Have you ever been stuck with the dreaded chicken or pasta choice, only to get a bland tray you barely touch? It doesn't have to be this way. Order a special meal, vegetarian, low-carb, or gluten-free, when you book. It's free, the food is fresher, and it's served first, saving you from a soggy dish or overpriced snacks. A passenger on a long-haul flight to Singapore shared how his pasta was a mushy mess drowning in sauce. Meanwhile, his neighbor had pre-ordered a vegetarian meal. It looked fresher, tasted better, and was served long before the cart reached the back rows. Most passengers don't know that airlines offer a wide variety of these special meals, and you don't need a medical reason to order one. Since these meals are prepared in smaller batches, they often use better ingredients. And since they're handed out first, you avoid the disappointment of hearing, "Sorry, we only have chicken left." Skip this step, and you're stuck with the same bland tray as everyone else. Take advantage of it, and you'll save money on snacks, eat earlier, and enjoy a meal that feels more like an upgrade than a compromise. But food isn't the only hazard on board. What you touch can be an even bigger problem. Grabbing the tray table or dropping your phone in a security bin might seem harmless, but it's one of the quickest ways to bring germs along for the ride. Studies show that security bins and tray tables have more germs than restrooms. One passenger found a used tissue in the seat pocket. Another flipped down his tray and saw sticky residue from the previous passenger. It's not just gross. Germs can ruin your trip with illness, lost vacation days, and wasted money. Pack disinfectant wipes and use them without hesitation. Wipe down your tray table, armrests, even the latch on the bin. Put your phone or passport in a zip-top bag before placing it in the security bin. And once you're through security, wash your hands or use hand sanitizer before touching food. This habit will help you travel on your own terms, healthy, comfortable, and ready to enjoy the trip you paid for. Ignore it, and you could end up bedridden, watching your budget disappear with every canceled plan. And germs aren't the only hidden trap. The clothes you wear to the airport can slow you down at security, be uncomfortable during the flight, and even cost you extra in hidden fees. Your stylish outfit could turn into stress at security and misery in the air. Belts with metal studs or lace-up boots slow you down at the scanner, leaving you flustered and holding up the line. Tight jeans or heavy layers that seem fine in the terminal become a nightmare on long flights, trapping heat and digging into your skin. And that bulky jacket stuffed with snacks or gadgets. It might be flagged as an extra bag, adding unexpected fees to your trip. Your choice of clothing can cost you time, comfort, and money. Think of dressing for travel as a game where the prize is speed and flexibility. Slip-on shoes let you get through security in one smooth move. Breathable fabrics help you stay cool when the cabin feels like a sauna and warm when the temperature drops. A single light sweater or jacket gives you options without burying you in layers. And compression socks may not be runway ready, but they'll keep your legs from swelling up by the 7th hour of the flight. Choose wisely, and you'll get through security faster, feel better in the air, and avoid clothing mistakes that hit your wallet. Get it wrong, and that perfect outfit could cost you fees, wasted time, and a miserable journey. The next pitfall? Ignoring your body's internal clock, a mistake that can steal days from your vacation and lead to costs for plans you're too exhausted to enjoy. Picture this. You finally land in your dream destination, but instead of exploring, You're wide awake at 3 in the morning and dead tired by noon. Travelers often dismiss jet lag, but the price is high. You land exhausted, miss tours, waste prepaid hotel nights, and watch your plans fall apart. Studies show that jet lag costs millions of dollars every year in lost activities and wasted travel budgets. Jet lag doesn't just steal your energy, it steals your time and money. So how do you fight back? Start 3 days before you fly. Shift your sleep by an hour each day toward your destination's time zone. Earlier if you're flying east, later if you're flying west. On board, reset your watch as soon as you sit down. Seek out morning sun when traveling east and afternoon light when flying west. And if you can, book an evening arrival so you can have a light dinner, go to bed, and sync up with the new time zone faster. This approach will allow you to step off the plane feeling energized, alert, and ready to truly enjoy your trip. Manage your internal clock correctly, and you'll make the most of every day abroad. Let it slide, and your dream vacation will start to slip away before it even begins. And there you have it. 14 airport mistakes that drain time, money, and energy from travelers every year. The good news is that now you know how to spot them before they ruin your trip. Travel should be exciting, not stressful. By avoiding these traps, you're not just saving money. You're giving yourself the freedom to truly enjoy the journey. And now I really want to hear from you. What's the worst airport mistake you've ever made, or the funniest one you've seen someone else make? Share it in the comments. Your story might save another traveler. If this video helped you, hit the like button, share it with your travel buddies, and subscribe for more insider tips. Flying in 2025 is full of challenges, but together we can outsmart every single one of them. Until next time, safe travels, and I'll see you in the sky.